Joining us now is the head coach of those Auburn Tigers, Bruce Pearl. Coach, thank you so much for joining us.
Great to be with you guys today.
Well, you just beat Missouri last night, so congratulations. But in terms of the big picture, where do you feel your team is as you head into the SEC tournament and the NCAA tournament?
You know, it is such a grind, right? You know,
Yeah.
Every night you got to prepare, and our league it's never been better, top to bottom, and yet it looks like it's really turning out to be very, very top heavy. We're right now, as we speak, there could be a five-way tie for first place. Now, that's not likely to happen. Tennessee wins tonight against South Carolina, and they will get a piece of it. So I think we're in a good position. I think we're playing well. We're healthy, with the exception of Leo Berman, who we lost, unfortunately, last week. And we feel prepared.
Coach, there are so many layers to coaching right now, and you mentioned injuries, but to have an injury like that so late in the season, how do you turn your team around? How do you redirect them and lead them?
You know, Summer, it's got to be sort of next man up. We've been playing 10, 11 guys, double-digit minutes this year, and it was just so devastating to lose Lior, who was playing the best basketball of his career. He was a graduate of Auburn. He was in grad school. He's going to go to Israel, play next summer. He's got grandparents that live there and some family that's there. He's going to be okay. We thought it was a complete tear. It's not. So he's going to rehab 5 or 6 weeks. He'll be back, but unfortunately, that'll be after March Madness. God's got a plan. He's going to follow it, and we're just going to have to move. You know, we're just going to have to find other guys to step up, and I'm confident we will.
Well, speaking of March Madness, you've been to the NCAA tournament 12 times. When you talk about that experience with your team, how do you prepare them now for what's going to take place in a few weeks?
Well, you know, Tracy, you look at that opening weekend as a 4-team tournament. That's all it is. You got 4 teams, and one of the 4 teams are going to advance, and all you got to do is win 2 games to get to the Sweet 16. And when you compartmentalize it like that, it doesn't seem so daunting. And yet, to the victor go the spoils. Tracy, you know what it's like as you advance in March. You know, it's just unbelievable. The visibility, the opportunity. And let me tell you something. If on Selection Sunday, you know, if when you hear your name called, that doesn't still make you a little misty-eyed. You need to do something else. It's special.
You get chills. I know you do, and you still do. You talked about the SEC and how competitive it is, and then also the teams that you've played, you know, in other conferences this year. Who to you right now has the best chance of making a run when you look at the field?
Well, right now, you know, as I look at the field, it would be hard to argue that the number ones don't all get to the Final Four, in the sense that Houston, having gone through the Big 12 and the way they guard and their physicality and their experience, their guard play, UConn has as good a chance of repeating as any team has had in a long time, maybe not since Florida and Billy Donovan's days. Coach Hurley does a tremendous job. He's got a very talented, deep team that plays the right way. You know, could this be Matt Painter's year and Purdue's year with Zach Edey? Wouldn't it be interesting if Purdue could do what Virginia did years ago, having just come off a very tough upset early in the tournament and then come back the next year with a very similar cast and win a national championship? And then maybe the 4th team would be somebody from the SEC. That's what I would love to see. You know, I'd love it to be Auburn. But if it's not Auburn, I'd like it to be one of our SEC teams get back to the Final Four. And that would be really cool.
Such great perspective, and that word is so important right now in sport, especially at the NCAA level with so many distractions and so much stress. And speaking of misty-eyed that you brought up earlier, a lot of the country got misty-eyed when we learned about the story of you and a very special young man on your staff, Sam Cunningham. And for those of you that didn't catch the story, Sam and Coach met when he was just about 12 years old. Sam was diagnosed with leukemia. You were asked to send him a video and basically said, cancer picked the wrong dude, the wrong hombre. Sam watched that forever to get through the process, and you said to him, hey, Sam, when you make it to college, you've got a spot at Auburn. You're going to be team manager with my team. That guy is on the court with you now, but following him through that journey, because I've had a similar relationship with someone like that, it does change your perspective. And I would love to know how maybe that has influenced or changed your coaching style right now in your career.
Well, Summer, I don't know that, look, this is a ministry. And I know we have to win games and win championships to keep our jobs. But the real impact is the impact that we have on our student athletes, our coaching staff, in our communities. To whom much is given, much is expected. So I've been blessed way beyond what I deserve. And I think when it comes to trying to serve, look, we all make videos and we all make phone calls and we all have that impact. I do the best I can to try and maintain a connection or follow up. And in this particular case, Sam had come to my basketball camp as a camper, and he was undersized as a sixth grader. You kind of wondered why, but you saw him flying around out there. Sure enough, 6 months later, his mother calls and says, I don't know if you remember my little Sam, but, and she tells me about his health situation. And I say, hey, man, I'd love to send him a video. So I sent them the video. It meant something to him, but more than anything, we did build a relationship. And I'm so proud of the fact that Sam outlived his cancer and is living the dream right now. And isn't it amazing that the kids that go through that stuff, while we're all praying for them, they're praying for us. Like, they're worried about everybody else in the world but themselves. They feel like every single day is a gift. And Sam does not want to be a poster child. That's not what he's in it for. But he does want to give young leukemia patients some hope that if he could make it, they could make it. He unfortunately he was in some very, very difficult clinics. He saw many kids not make it. And part of the reason he felt like they didn't make it is they didn't have the same support that Sam had around him through his community at Vestavia High School and the Auburn family.
And you. It's just so touching. Best of luck in the tournament, Coach.
Yeah, tremendous, tremendous, Coach. We appreciate the time. Thank you so much, and good luck.
We'll see you down the road.